Recently, I made a team with Liepard, and I've quickly realized that Liepard may be the most disgusting Pokemon Game Freak I've ever created. Now, usually for these intros, I don't go over my full team, as I like to keep my intros brief, but his team features a lot of unconventional Pokemon, so I'm gonna go over everyone. First up, of course, we have Liepard. I mean, Liepard's the Pokemon on the thumbnail, and honestly, it may be one of the best support Pokemon in Pokemon Champions, which actually might sound odd to say because Liepard is actually very frail. But what it provides goes way beyond its defensive capabilities. Liepard is one of the only prankster Pokemon to get access to both Encore and Fake Out, and it's the only prankster Pokemon in the whole franchise to get access to Yawn on top of that. Slap Protect as well, and give it the Focus Sash, and Liepard turns into an absolute beast of a support Pokemon. I've tried out this set in multiple matches, and having prankster Yawn is so oppressive because it essentially forces your opponent to switch, and if they don't, they get put to sleep. And even with the sleep nerf, because matches end so quickly, being put to sleep for even one turn can be the deciding factor between you winning and losing a game. Now, even though Liepard is a great support Pokemon, I don't often lead with it. Instead, I like to lead with Gliscor and Mega Altaria. And believe it or not, these two actually work really well together. Mega Altaria has Tailwind, and it's actually a really good Tailwind setter as well, because it's not weak to common leads such as Aerodactyl's Rock Slide. It takes resisted damage from Charizard's Heat Wave, and in general, because it's a Dragon and Fairy type, it takes neutral, if not resisted damage from most things in the game. And it even has access to Pixelator Hyper Voice, and I don't think I even have to explain how good that is. It also has really solid stats as well, which is actually quite surprising. But yeah, Mega Altaria is definitely slept on. Speaking of Pokemon that are slept on, we have Gliscor. Now, Gliscor's used a lot in singles, but in doubles, no one really uses it. But after using Gliscor for a bit, I really do think it has a lot of potential in doubles. The main thing that I like about Gliscor is that it has access to the ability Hyper Cutter. And what Hyper Cutter does is it makes it so Gliscor's attack can't get lowered, which is nice because Incineroar is still relevant in the meta, and Incineroar has the ability Intimidate. Now, the only issue with Gliscor is that its speed stat is a bit mid, but with Altaria using Tailwind, the issue isn't an issue anymore, and these two become really fun to use together. Okay, when I said that this team was unconventional, I meant half the team, because the other half is Pokemon that you've seen a million times already. But we have Scizor, we have Milotic, and we have Sinistcha. These are really common Pokemon, but Scizor's great because it's one of the best damage dealers in the meta with Swords Dance Bullet Punch. Milotic is really good for speed control because it has access to Icy Wind, and Sinistcha's a staple on any team because it has access to the ability Hospitality, and it's a really good counter to Rotom Wash as well. Here's the full team, but our main core is going to involve Gliscor and Altaria up front, with Liepard and Scizor in the back. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get into the matches. Okay, so I'll push running the Trick Room team / Pose Trap because they have Gengar. Our Sinistcha has Imprison, so what I'm going to do is lead off with Altaria and Sinistcha. That's not Altaria, that's Altaria. Sinistcha. We'll bring Liepard and Gliscor, even though it probably isn't the best here, but I want to see how it does. They send out Politoed and Gengar. Okay, so no Trick Room. One thing to bear in mind is that Liepard is a very slow burner, or like the way that I use Liepard makes it a slow burner. I basically send out Liepard when it's like near the end of the match, because for some reason for me, it just works way better. But anyway though, how are we going to deal with Gengar and Politoed here? Okay, we're going to Mega and use Tailwind. And with Sinistcha, we'll just use Magic Ultra, I think. Yeah, should do decent damage to Politoed. Hopefully Gengar doesn't predict the Mega and use Sludge Bomb onto Altaria because that'll do a lot of damage. I'm still suspecting that one of them uses not Trick Room, Perishong here. There's Tailwind. Okay. Magic Ultra. Does good damage to Politoed. Okay, we'll take it. Ice Beam. We survive. If we didn't Mega that, we'd be gone, but our 4 times weakness is gone because now we're a Fairy type. They actually do use Trick Room. I didn't expect that. No Perishong, really? Not even a Mega, actually. What I want to do is use Protect in case Politoed uses Ice Beam onto Altaria again. And then we just use Trick Room and reverse it. Yeah. They swap out Politoed and go into Sinistcha. What's the strat? What's the strat here? I don't know. We use Protect. Shadow Ball to Sinistcha. I don't think this KOs. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, we use Trick Room and we reverse it. Over here, we just use Hyper Voice and we use Imprison. Imprison actually works because Sinistcha wouldn't be able to use Magic Ultra or even Rage Powder here. So, yeah, okay, this works. Hyper Voice does decent damage there, you know. That's actually decent. Imprison. Okay. You can't use Trick Room. You can't use Magic Ultra. You can't use Rage Powder. Yeah, there it is. And there it is again. Sinistcha for the win. Over here, we Hyper Voice and we use Magic Ultra. There's Hyper Voice. Again, does decent damage. Matcha Gotcha. I don't think this KOs Sinistcha. Yeah, it doesn't. That's fine, that's fine. Gengar is in the yellow now, which is good. But Altaria and Sinistcha will probably go down this turn. But I'm fine with that. Shadow Ball to Sinistcha. Okay. Actually, does Altaria go down this turn? Maybe Sinistcha doesn't have Shadow Ball. Reflect. It doesn't have Shadow Ball. Okay. I think we go into Gliscor. And we just Acrobatics onto Gengar. I think we'll outspeed because they're running a slow Gengar. Okay, so what we're going to do is Hyper Voice. And then, yeah, Acrobatics onto Gengar. They swap out Sinistcha and go into Politoed. Okay, that's fine. Hyper Voice. Doesn't KO Gengar or Politoed, but gets close. There's Acrobatics, so Gengar goes down. Nice. Rain's also gone, which is also helpful. Yeah, we're in a good position here, I think. They go into Bellow Bolt. Bellow Bolt, huh? Can't use Parabolic Charge onto Gliscor because we're ground type. We use Hyper Voice, and we just use High Horsepower onto Politoed to ensure it goes down. To be fair, I should have used Acrobatics because High Horsepower could miss. Hyper Voice does get Politoed back into the red. High Horsepower doesn't miss, and Politoed goes down. Okay. There's probably a few people still waiting for Liepard, but Liepard will come very soon. Just watch, just watch. Soak. Okay, that's actually bad. That's bad. Okay. Well, now it's Liepard's time. They go back into Sinistcha. Yeah, we swap Gliscor into Liepard. We use Hyper Voice. And then, we fake out Bellow Ball with Liepard, Hyper Voice, and we should be good. Altaria will outspeed Sinistcha and KO with Hyper Voice. So, yeah. Sinistcha uses Rage Powder. Doesn't matter because Hyper Voice is a spread move, so it attacks everyone. Sinistcha goes down. Bellow Bolt uses Parabolic Charge. We survive. Okay. Over here, the win is nearly guaranteed. Like, this is it. This is what I was saying, yeah? Liepard at the end of the match feels so broken because look at this, okay? Look at this. We fake out. If they protect, which they probably do, we win. And if they don't, we probably just still win because Hyper Voice is going to deal a lot of damage. And then next time we're outspeed and then Hyper Voice will probably KO anyway. So either way we win. They use Protect, that's it. Just like that. Just like that. Liepard has done its thing. We use Hyper Voice here. We use Encore. And GG, that's it. They can't do anything. It's so niche, but you have to position Liepard so carefully. But if you do, it can win you the game by itself. Because essentially, okay, so like with Liepard, it's essentially doing what Lopunny does, Mega Lopunny. So if you're a Mega Lopunny user, the combination of Fake Out and Encore is powerful because if your opponent knows that you have Fake Out, they're heavily incentivized to protect because they don't want to get flinched. But if they protect, Mega Lopunny has Encore to Encore them into protect. And that's the exact same premise of Liepard. But then with Liepard, Encore's guaranteed to go first. With Mega Lopunny, the Encore isn't guaranteed because there's a chance that you'll just outspeed Mega Lopunny. But with Liepard, because it has Prankster, Encore will always go first. Obviously, you can't Encore Dark-type Pokemon, but it had to be nerfed somehow, right? Like, Prankster had to be nerfed somehow, so it isn't a big deal. But anyway, Liepard performed well. And let's get to the next match. Oh, this is a cool team. Something different. Toxicroak, Hydrapple, Crocodile. Okay, what's the strat? I don't know, but I mean, we'll see. What we can do is we can bring the course. So Gliscor, Altaria, Liepard, and Sizzle. Okay, let's see what happens. Do they lead with Toxicroak? Probably, right? Probably. No, it's Sylveon and Talonflame. Okay, so I assume this is what? Tailwind, Hyper Voice. Probably. Okay, what I'm gonna do is Rock Tomb onto Talonflame. Mega and Tailwind. Right? Yeah. I mean, like, we should outspeed Sylveon with Tailwind up. I mean, like, obviously, if they use Tailwind as well. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. They do use Tailwind, sure. Hyper Voice, we should survive this. What? That was a crit. That had to be a crit. Yeah, I was about to say, there is no way Sylveon just one-shot Altaria there, like raw damage. No way. Okay, that's just unlucky. Gets Talonflame down to the sash. We'll take it. Okay, what we do is we go into Liepard. We use Fake Out. We use... No, sorry. We use Encore onto Talonflame. We swap out Gliscor into Sizzle. And then we Bullet Punch onto Sylveon. Or do I just fake out? Do I just fake out into Talent Flame and then KO it? What's more value? Encoring it so it does nothing, or fake out? You know what? Let's just fake out. Let's just fake out. Let's just fake out. Let's not be dumb here. Let's not be dumb. Fake out. You're gone. Use Hyper Voice. Liepard has the Focus Sash, and Sizzle resists, so it will survive. It doesn't Hyper Voice. It uses Calm Mind. Well, guess what? Now we're gonna encore you. We're gonna encore you into Calm Mind, and that's it. They're going to Toxicroak. Okay, they have fake out. They have fake out. Fake out is a thing. Okay, we Bullet Punch onto Sylveon. And who did I use fake out on? I mean, probably Liepard, right? Probably Liepard. So, okay, what we do is we protect to preserve the Focus Sash. Oh, wait. Or they could use fake out onto Sizzle, to be honest, to stop Bullet Punch. Oh, okay. In that case, we encore onto Sylveon. Okay, so yeah, so either way, Sylveon should be gone here, I think. They don't use fake out. They don't use fake out. I'm actually surprised. Bullet Punch. Sylveon survives? That's a tanky Sylveon. Okay. Close combat. Sure. And use Calm Mind again because they're encored. Oh, what? Maybe they didn't use fake out because they knew that I could encore it. Yeah, yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Okay, what I want to do is I think we protect and we use Yawn onto Toxicroak. Yeah, they swap out Sylveon and go into Hydrapple. And then next turn, okay, next turn, I think what we do is we Swords Dance. I think they'll swap out Toxicroak, even though swapping out isn't the best option for them. But I think they'll feel inclined to swap out because of them being Yawn. Close combat onto Liepard. We're brought down to the Sash. Yeah, honestly, I think we Swords Dance. Can Hydrapple KO Sizzle? We resist Dragon Pulse. Don't resist Earth Power. And it probably does have Earth Power. Do I just Bullet Punch onto Toxicroak? Okay, they probably go into Sword. I mean, I don't even know actually. I don't even know. Okay, let's Bullet Punch onto Toxicroak. And then we use Yawn onto Hydrapple. Okay, they actually do something about Toxicroak, and they probably go into Sylveon. Yeah. Okay. Yawn onto Hydrapple. There's Bullet Punch. Sylveon goes down. Pollen Puff. Pollen Puff? We actually win. We win. Okay. So look, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Again, I was saying, it wasn't actually smart of Toxicroak to swap out there. Like, I think the smartest play was just to close combat onto Sizzle because we had Gliscor on the bench, but Gliscor's health was in the yellow. And I don't think it actually would have won, but that's the power of Yawn. Honestly, Yawn's low-key unbalanced. Yawn's, I mean, like, not really because they did nerf Sleep, but I don't know, man. The psychology, I feel like it's the psychology with Yawn because, like, again, even when people use Yawn onto me, I want to swap out. Even when swapping out isn't the best option, I still want to swap out just because I don't want to get put to sleep. Your Liepard might be the new meta. Okay, well, obviously it's not. Obviously it's not, but it's good. What? What is this? I'm fighting Liepard. I think this is the first time I've ever fought Liepard. What are the odds? What are the odds of this? Okay, wait, what's this team? Mimikyu, Manectric. I mean, like, this is a cool team. I just have like no idea what's happening here. Okay, we'll just send out the core. So Gliscor, Altaria, Liepard, and Sizzle. Though bringing Milotic could be a shout because of Arcanine having Intimidate and Milotic having Competitive. You know what? Yeah, low-key, I think we bring Sinistra. Not even Sizzle or Milotic. Okay, we bring Sinistra, yeah, because this team has a really hard time fighting Rotom Wash. So I'm inclined to bring it. They send out Liepard and Mimikyu. Interesting lead. I can't believe I'm fighting this. I can't believe I'm fighting this. Okay, okay. What we do is we acrobatics onto Liepard, Mega, and we hyper voice here. Okay, we need Liepard gone. Liepard is the main threat. Liepard's the threat here, so we need it gone. Fake out onto Gliscor. Okay. Player off. Okay. To be honest, I thought it'd use Trick Room, but sure. Hyper voice. No Focus Sash, and that's why you want the Focus Sash on Liepard. That's the exact reason as to why he wants the Focus Sash. They did bring Rose home. Okay. Big up my decision. Big up my decision bringing Sinistcha. I think what we do is we acrobatic onto Mimikyu. Actually, do I? Okay, we use Protect in case Rotom uses Hydro Pump onto Gliscor. And then we just practice up Tailwind, I think. Yeah. Now, Mimikyu could have Trick Room, so setting up Tailwind might not be smart, but... Oh, they have Shadow Sneak. Okay, okay. Sure, that's fine. Hydro Pump, we're protected. Okay, so over here we go into Sinistcha. Loki, I think we swap out Gliscor into Liepard. And then we use Machigotcha. I think it's the best play here, because Gliscor is still vulnerable to Hydro Pump. And it will get one shot by that. There's Liepard. Shadow Claw. We take it, we take it. Hydro Pump. Misses Liepard, it misses. That's big, that's actually really big. Machigotcha. That was really good damage there. Okay, we'll be in the green, we'll be in the green. Over here, I think we just yawn onto Rotom in case it switches. And then we use Machigotcha. Okay, Rotom uses Protect. Which is absolutely fine because we can Encore it next turn. Yeah. Player off onto Liepard, doesn't miss. We're brought down to the Sash. Machigotcha hits Mimikyu. Okay, okay. Honestly, do we use Protect? Do we use Protect? I feel like we do use Protect. And then we Machigotcha. I think that's actually the match. That should be the match. There's Protect. They Shadow Claw. We take it. Electro Web, we survive that easily. Yeah. Machigotcha. And they both go down. Bro, the team's cooking. They go into Manectric. I think we just yawn. We yawn. And then we Machigotcha. Yeah. To be fair, I could have used Trick Room because Manectric will outspeed Gliscor. Yeah, could have used Trick Room there, could have. Well, anyway, there's Yawn. These playing for onto Sinistcha. Okay, well, Trick Room would have worked anyway, that's fine. We go into Gliscor here. We double protect. And the match is basically done from there because then we just high horsepower and GG. See, look, honestly, Liepard, what is this Pokemon? Is this fair? Guys, is this fair? They're asleep. Over here, I guess we just Encore Manectric and high horsepower here. And that's it. Is this fair? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think of Liepard in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.